Today we're going to be covering the highly anticipated pre-alpha for TitanFall 2. And currently, if you haven't got your hands on it, you still have a chance to play it. All you gotta do is search TitanFall in either the Xbox Store or the PlayStation Network. Now currently the pre-alpha is down, but it should back up this weekend, Friday the 26th, ending on the 28th. But hey guys, it's Jekyll's, and today we're going to go over the good and the bad covering this new title. Now if you guys do remember the original Titanfall, one of the most prevalent criticisms that it did receive was that there wasn't much for player progression, and I feel like the number of weapons wasn't that satisfactory. The game's progress was so quick that I ended up unlocking most of the guns and perks within the first few hours of gameplay. And I feel like the developers have really touched on that, and it'll make for a great improvement to the overall quality of the game. Now I feel like a campaign in itself can actually improve the overall multiplayer experience. Rather than just giving the players something to do when the servers shut down, players now have a way to practice their skills and get used to game mechanics in a nice, relaxing way. Now this pre-alpha test is extremely limited, featuring only 2 maps and just 3 game modes and minimal weapons. And to be honest, the maps aren't really much to be looking forward to. The developers had a tough job of balancing big open areas for the Titan fights and tight spaces for pilots, and the balance is awkward to put it best. Don't get me wrong, the maps are beautiful, but when I played the pilot versus pilot game mode, the map seemed empty, with player interaction being more scarce than the intimate, in-your-face PvP most COD players have learned to love. And the guns aren't really much to hype about either, and by the end of the weekend I pretty much played all the weapons and none really stood out. The mechanics are pretty simple and the guns do the job. I just didn't feel much difference when switching between assault rifles, SMGs, and LMGs, with 2 exceptions, snipers and pistols. In regards to both, they both need major rebalancing. Snipers basically feel useless. It's really just because the mechanics are sluggish, and coupled with maneuverability and run and gun aspects, it just does not make an ideal choice. Maybe if they fixed the bullet time and worked with the mechanics a little bit to make it more smooth, it makes sniping a little bit more enjoyable. Pistols, on the other hand, are way too satisfying. You can pretty much outgun any primary weapon in close ranges. It's a little bit way too powerful, and I feel like pistols are secondary for a reason, and it should do moderate damage compared to most of the primaries. Now the pre-alpha overall has been a really awesome experience, and I highly recommend this game for any of you guys sitting on the fence. I cannot wait for the alpha to continue next week, and I can definitely say overall, it's going to be a definite buy for me.